What up? And welcome to another episode of From the Script to the Screen, Fire Force Edition. Episode 11 of Season 3 is out now. So as always, you guys already know, gotta give a shout out to the creator, Atsushi Ohkubo, and studio, David Productions. They covered chapters 211 to 214, changing up the order of things a little bit, but nothing too crazy. We'll get into that later. Going off of last week's episode, like I said, things been a little bit more laid back. People been plotting, seeing what the next steps were going to be. With the rise of this mysterious pillar, we see that it's also accompanied by a very big inferno, Titan Inferno. And we see that Fire Force Company 2 rushes to deal with it. They're basically the muscle or the infantry of the Fire Force. So when they get there, they basically bombard it right from the pier. And we see some of the old homies come along. Juggernaut, who is somebody that we know has massive firepower, also joins the line. And when he gets ready to fire, we see that Shinra stops him. Shinra rushed to the scene because we know that he can fly, so he'll be able to deal with it since it's a battle on water. But he decides to stop Juggernaut because he has to let them know that if they destroy the pillar would basically kickstart the Great Cataclysm, seeing that they're attached to volcanoes. And when we see that the Titan is ready to fire on the pier, Fire Force Company 4 steps in and is able to negate most of the damage. The captain has a particular skill where he's able to apply buffs or detriments to other people. So he's basically able to make the fire non-existent, so the Fire Force Company soldiers and the civilians can get to a safer location. But unfortunately, we see that things are basically playing right into the hands of the white-clad army. They're planning on the Fire Force to destroy the Titan. And so we see that Ogun and Kuruno are able to combine their efforts and do damage to the Titan. With the barrage of cannon fire and bullets that Company 2 was letting off, it did do enough damage. Though deemed insignificant from far, up close we saw that it was able to do just enough damage to crack its armor and let the guys deal the finishing blow. And so now, like I said in the beginning, the only thing where they switched it up is that at the end of the episode, we see that my boy Sho was waiting in the cup because the white-clad army member Fairy had Shinra up in the air. You know that Sho wanted to talk to Shinra, so you could already see that he's preparing to attack. And in the manga, he does attack him a couple times before they bring down the Titan. Not a big change, but just to let you guys know the differences. But definitely my favorite panel of the week. Shout out to my boy Ogun. He has a very dope firepower. And like I said, the fact that certain members of Fire Force Company 4 are able to apply buffs and protection, things of that sort, basically mages, it makes Ogun way more stronger. You see that in one impact, he's able to knock off a whole limb off the Titan. So, very nice to see. As always, let me know what you guys thought about the episode. And to the manga readers, let me know what you guys thought about the adaptation. Till next time. Peace.